Yeah.
Because guess what he did?
What?
He signed up for a job and he was going to be a firefighter, but he's like, I don't want to do this. And because he wanted to be with his family. So he went and signed out his job.
Okay, Riley,
Yeah.
this is recording and I'm about to start, so you need to be quiet. Okay, I was actually early, go figure. And now it's 7:32, so I'm going to go ahead and go. I know Patty can't make it. She is on the road tonight, so this may be quicker than normal if it's just me. I got weird hairs hanging down. I had another Zoom today for Accelerated Leadership, and I actually put a little makeup on. But this is how heavy my hair is because it started here, and it was here at I think I put it up about 1:45. I mean, meeting as 1, it may have been like 10 till. And this is how far it's fallen. And it's getting looser. Anyway, enough about my hair. I was trying to pull some stuff up really quickly to talk about. I got caught up watching Razorback game, and I realized I hadn't read my Bible plan today. I don't know how I missed that. Actually, I do, but I was distracted. So I want to start off our Tuesday Zooms. I'm going to try to make these a little better, a little more interesting, a little more fun. That's going to be work for me, but I'm trying to do new things. So let's start off with some March recognitions. I want to recognize Kim Alette, who is already active for the month. She is a party machine, you guys. I just don't even know how she does it. I told her, you need to teach me all your ways. And I see what she does on Facebook, and it's incredible. And it's just, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Also recognition for our newest team member, Brianna Benningfield. She already has PRV this month. She joined, I believe it was on the 25th of February. Finally getting her onboarded on some stuff myself as director, but Christina's doing a great job coaching her, I'm sure. And like I said, she's already got an order this month. Big shout out to Katie Hayes, who's almost active already on the 2nd of March, which is a huge deal for her. She goes active this month. It'll be her 3rd consecutive month, and I'm so super proud of her. And that's all I got for tonight as far as that goes. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the polls that I had you do on Sunday. Thank you so much for doing those. I actually didn't take the screenshots this morning. Joseph ended up working from home today, so I actually forgot about it until like, I don't know, late this afternoon. And so I have not taken my screenshots yet, but I definitely will probably do that tomorrow. But I love all of your votes, and I'm going to just address each one of them super quickly. Poll number 1, I asked about your biggest motivation. Looks like the biggest thing is money. We had 10 votes for making money, which is really good for me to know, because I talk a lot about the money that's available, the money you can make, and I'm like, what if none of these people are in it for the money and they don't like hearing about that? So I am glad to know that does play into why you're here and what you're wanting to do with your business, so we can continue to focus on that and maybe focus a little bit deeper on it. Money back on personal purchases. I mean, who doesn't love doing that, right? And I also love that number 3 was self, something that belongs to just you. That resonates for me a whole lot. As you guys know, I'm a work-at-home mom. This became my full-time thing when right before Riley turned 2. She is my strong-willed, sassy little britches. And yeah, I need some space to be Heather. And this is one of those outlets for me. And I see that 4 other people are there with me. Fellowship with others, I'm hoping to build that as well and set an example. I love that as well. So that was super good to note, and I will work on those. Poll 2 had to do with what would make you online trainings more appealing, learning from different people. So I am going to reach out to people within our group to ask them to do some lives for us. I'm also going to reach out to some of my director friends, see if maybe I can get some people in to do some conversations with you guys as well. Different time, as much as I put that on there, unfortunately, that's really not something. It's not that I can't do it, but as the leader of the group, I'm having to choose what works best for me and my family. I'm trying to give the option of the Tuesday night opportunity, and then I'm trying to go live sometime during the day on Thursday. But knowing that it's needed for different times, I am going to try to, these are always recorded. I just haven't been posting the recordings. But now that I've got a little better content purpose for going on within here, I am going to go back and translate all of those over to YouTube. And I will do a link to my channel on this page. I'm actually probably going to not overhaul my YouTube, but make a place just for these. So it'll be a link that you can go to all the time and find the recordings. And then I had one add-on vote for shorten them. I mean, I like the idea of that, but there's just so much good content. And, I try to go as quickly as I can, but I also want there to be opportunities for questions and for hanging out and that kind of stuff as well. So I will try to do the content early. So if you need to cut and go, then you can do that. Tonight's kind of, I'm running because I'm by myself, so I can. And then poll number 3, we got a tie between how to do parties and recruiting. I think that's perfect. Recruiting is really something I need to focus on. It's something I want us to build on as a group. How to do parties, obviously that's a great way to make money, to get PRV. Sponsoring goes right on with recruiting, systems in general, sales. I love it. We will touch on all of those, but I will give priority to parties and recruiting, and see who I can get to come talk to us about that as well. Excuse me. And it's perfect for right now with the new incentive, right? Which we'll touch on a little bit in a minute. And then the final poll was about Scentsy family reunion. I talked about it on the Zoom probably a month ago. I'm excited to see that there's some interest depending on cost, and that y'all are thinking it's going to be between 200 or 300, because that's pretty spot on. Super excited. So I will definitely be pursuing that once we know the details of SFR. I'm going to wait until we actually have registration and all of that stuff so everybody can have all of the information available that they need. But just go ahead, put, consider putting a block on that week in July. I think it's the 19th through the 23rd. All my calendars are put up for the night, believe it or not. Yeah, 19th through the 23rd. And, tentatively ask off from work if you need to do that. And we will definitely work on that going forward. Okay, so that covers recognitions. That covers the poll. Incentives. So yesterday we launched a new incentive. My hair's doing crazy things, y'all. New incentive launched yesterday. It's the typical spring incentive that we've been doing lately. It's really, really simple. But at the same time, it requires work. It requires diligence. It requires maybe stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things you haven't done before. We've got 4 months to do it this time instead of 3. So it's March, April, May, and June. And there's 3 different levels. Actually, there's 4 different levels. Tier 1, 1,000 PRV. So that's 1,000 total PRV over 4 months. I haven't done the math yet on what the breakdown is for that every month. I'm going to work on that and have a guide for that later this week. I'm prioritizing some other things first, and then I will do that. But Mandy has already posted a tracker for us. It's basically a coloring sheet that you can print off and you can color in as you get your PRV and that kind of stuff. So level 1's 1,000 PRV, 1 new team member to certified. And then I believe level 2 is 2,500 and 2 team members. Level 3's 3,500. Is that right? Now I'm thinking that's not right, and I got to look it up. There is an incentive tracker that is up. I'm saying that, and yes, it's totally up and ready to go. Yes, I was right. Okay. And then there's going to be a top 50 level 3 earners who will have the option of an all expenses paid trip for the leadership event in January. January 2021 was supposed to be to Cancun. No. Cabo. Supposed to have been to Cabo. So I knew it was Mexico. Supposed to have been to Cabo. The year before that was Hawaii, just to give you an idea of what that trip looks like. And then option 2 as a top 50s is your choice of the level 3 rewards. So I hope everyone will work on that. I will probably talk about that more on Thursday. Hopefully by then I will have my personal ducks in a row somewhat for the month. And I can go ahead and get more trackers uploaded, get y'all a Excel spreadsheet to be figuring out your plan, all of that stuff. But it's one of those, it's very doable. But I will tell you right now, if it's something you want to do, I would work really heavily on team building this month, recruit. With that being said, I'm going to put some significant emphasis probably on Thursdays this week for the Facebook group, maybe even next Tuesday's talk on recruiting and sponsoring. Because the sooner you get somebody onboarded, the more time they've got to get to certify, because it's all by the end of June. And 4 months is a long time and more than enough time to get to certified. So there is that. What else did I say I was going to talk about? I don't remember. I know that we're going to talk about the weekly learning plan. Was there anything else? Can I look it up? Will Visibly tell me what I posted? No, but I can look at who I sent it to. Just making sure. Poll results. The new incentive. And I'll get to the March challenge at the end. Okay, so our weekly learning plan this week, it's got 3 parts to it, but it's all kind of around selling, leveraging the flagship fragrance system to your benefit. I hope you noticed yesterday that I shared weekly learning plan with you guys. This is a learning plan that Scentsy's doing every week. I'm going to get better about sharing it with you guys on Monday as soon as I have access to it. I'm going to use it myself, and then it's going to be the topic for Tuesday talk. I did not watch Tuesday training today. I was anticipating having my phone call with Christina, and I was trying really hard to stay off Facebook. That is such a bunny trail for me. So I was staying off of it today, and I didn't get registered for the Tuesday training. So I will have to catch it from the training center, just like you guys may have to do as well. But I did go ahead and print off the stuff from the link. The links are in the group. They were posted yesterday. You could probably look up weekly learning plan, and that would probably be where it is. But this is one of the documents. You don't have to print it off. It's a PDF on your workstation. Just pull it up, read it. And it's really about sharing our flagship product. For those of you who don't know, the flagship product is the warmers and wax. I believe Scentsy was the original, one of the originals, if not the original, flameless, sootless, burn-free, whatever you want to call, wax melting fragrance system that did not use, flames like candles do. And then several years later, we have all of these copycats, which is, that's kind of when you have something good, somebody else is going to try to make it, right? And make it cheaper. That doesn't make it better, but they're going to make it cheaper if they can. And there's actually a whole document called Share and Sell Scentsy Warmers and Wax. This is, like I said, it's a flagship product. It's where we got started. It's the heart of what we are. And in here, it's literally just an everything about how to sell wax and warmers. And there's nothing wrong with going to that flagship product, because that's the product that most people recognize. It's kind of like, what do you call a tissue? You possibly call it a Kleenex, even though you may be using the Great Value brand or the Puffs brand or what other brand. I don't even know how many brands of tissues, facial tissues are out there. A good majority of us still call them Kleenexes, regardless of what brand we use. And it's just become synonymous that Kleenex is a facial tissue. Facial tissue is a Kleenex, even though it's not. Scentsy's kind of become the same thing. I don't know how many things I've seen on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or Mercari or any of these entities, even Amazon, and someone will say Scentsy warmer, and they're clearly not, or Scentsy wax, or whatever the case may be. They're not, but they're claiming to be that. Now, sometimes they are, and we're not going to get into that because I'm real bothered by the whole fraud thing going on right now. But we're not going to get into that because we're not going to focus on the negative. So I'm not going to go over every tidbit here because you are perfectly capable of finding this and printing this. But I love the steps. Plan and prospect. So what's the first thing you need to do? You need to know the product yourself. Hopefully, at this point in time as a Scentsy consultant, with the exception of maybe Bree, who may not have gotten her starter kit yet, everybody should have a warmer and some wax. Use it, know it, realize how easy it is to use. If you will notice, all of our fragrance products have a system. You put the warmer together, you plug it in, you turn it on, you put wax in. You get wax out, you put wax in, you put wax, so on and so forth. One of the things that's cool, ours is crazy high on quality. That's one of the things I try to emphasize with people: our limited lifetime warranty, our low melt point, those kind of things are also, the catalog we have now is so vastly different from the catalog that I had 10 years ago. The warmers have just taken a beyond beautiful. They're statement pieces. They're home decor. They're not just for the purpose of making your house smell good. So knowing how the product works, knowing what makes the difference between ours and theirs is important. Now, that being said, don't shame theirs. It's better to just, People ask me about like pink zebra. I honestly tell them I can't tell you about pink zebra because I've never used it. I can't tell you about Walmart warmers and wax because I've never used it. So I don't go there. If somebody asks, I will usually reference like, I can't tell you from personal experience. I have heard X, Y, and Z. I will have customers that come to me and say, oh, I tried to use that Walmart wax and it doesn't melt, or it doesn't do this, or doesn't do that, or whatever the case may be. It just doesn't smell as good, whatever. If you have experience with those products, you can share that in a positive light towards Scentsy without bashing them. You don't have to go, oh, the Walmart wax is just so cheap and it smells waxy and nah. Don't go there. Say, I know and love Scentsy because our fragrance lasts a long time. It's low melt point. I don't have to worry about my kids sticking their fingers in it and getting burned. Go from that direction as opposed to bashing another product. Familiarize yourself with the catalog and the product training guide. I've told you guys about this. Some of the best $2 you can spend. Every catalog season is a product training guide. First thing in here is warmers and wax too. So, know how to take care of it. Know the best ways to get wax out. All of that kind of stuff. How to get it cheaper. Bundle and save. Host join. Know your audience. Think about who you're targeting. Who are you talking to? Make sure that you are appealing to them. If you're talking to a mom with small children, she's going to want to know that wax is not going to burn her kids, right? If you're talking to somebody who's maybe older and forgetful, I'm talking about myself here, then maybe they want to know that it's safe to leave it on. That's not going to burn a house down. So after that, make a list, make a plan. How are you going to sell the warmers and wax? Think about make a contact list, places you go where you can interact with people. Preferred selling method is in person. That's a bit of a struggle right now. There are ways around it. What can you do to get fragrance in their hands? We talked about this last week in sampling. Facebook parties. If you don't have a host, throw your own. I mean, they're not going to smell it, but they can still see the beauty of our warmers compared to some of the other things on the market. And you can give them descriptions, and you can smell testers and tell them what you think about it. Give your personal impression of it. It's always good to be prepared. Always be prepared. I am the Scentsy generations. Don't be Scentsy naked. Always have something on you that you can hand out to somebody else. If you meet them and you strike up a conversation, they ask you what you do, Scentsy comes up. Oh, I love Scentsy. I need a rep in this area. You have a business card. You might even have a sample or a catalog, whatever it is that you carry with you. Don't be Scentsy naked. I know some people are even creating a business card like in Canva, and they're texting that. It's like, oh, I don't carry them around with me. You can use COVID as an excuse. It's also a cheap way to do it. Can I text you my business card? Which is making you sound super on point, on trend, high tech. But it also means that you have to get their contact information in order to text it to them. So you text it to them, you make a mental note to follow up later. Brilliant, huh? Create awareness, build interest. Different ways to do it. Obviously, home parties, basket parties, fairs and shows. We're going to get back to that at some point in time. Right now, it's virtually. Text messaging, private messaging, social media. Use your social media platforms, or whatever it is that you're on. Use it. I'm an advocate for it not being the be all end all of your business, but it's a great way to start a conversation, and it's a great way to start building a relationship. You definitely don't want it to be one of those things where you've been in for a while, especially. I hope when you're new, you're sharing it as well, but don't not share it. You don't want to be that person that's where your friend says, oh, you still sell that? Woo! Somebody told me that, it would be a shock to my heart, even though I don't share it a ton on my personal page. Position and close. And I know this is kind of where things get a little bit dicier. Maybe you've met the people, you've done the parties, you do the posts, and you're just not quite closing. Sorry, my dad's texting me about leftovers. So you created the awareness, you built the interest. So now you got to listen to them. It's also called prospecting. Their interest, not yours. What's their shtick? What's their problem that you can solve with a wax and warmer setup? I hate how my house smells. I have animals and kids. I don't want to burn candles, but I miss candles. I like my house smelling good, but I have a baby and the flame makes me nervous. I recently remodeled some space in my house. I bought a new house. I'm renting a new place. I need a gift. All of these things are a great opportunity to comment. Private message is better. Hey, I couldn't help but notice you were talking about your stinky boys. May I suggest? Oh, I couldn't help but notice your comment about burning candles. I felt the same way, and then I found Scentsy. Can I send you a sample? Doesn't have to be salesy. Doesn't have to be like, I saw that you don't like to burn candles, and I've got the solution for you, and it's Scentsy, and it's amazing, and you need to buy it. You need to buy it now. No, hey, I couldn't help but notice this. I might have a solution to your problem. Okay? And then you give them, then you have whatever interchange it is. Maybe it's a link to a flippable electronic catalog. Maybe you're going to send them a catalog. Maybe you're going to meet up and have coffee so they can smell testers. Whatever the case may be, when they get to the point where it's like, yeah, I need some of this, make sure to share the different ways they can get it. The bundle and save. I love a warmer and 3-pack. That's how I started way back in the day. It's a really, really good way to start personally or even as a gift. I advertise the perfect Scentsies, especially during the holidays, because you can get a couple of 3 gifts out of that. So make sure there's nothing wrong with upselling. If they're going to buy a warmer and 2 bars, say, hey, if you want to get another bar, I can upgrade you to the system and it saves you $3 overall. And you get another warmer or you get another bar for whatever price. I like it when people send me, I need 10. They will send me a list of 10 bars. And I'm like, oh, that's great. You got 10 bars. We're buy 5, get 1 free. So you get 2 free to pick out. I don't say you could do this. I say you get 2 free. So boom, they're already doing it. And also it's like, hey, would you like to get that for less? Do you have some friends who like Scentsy? Do you have some friends who you think don't know about it but might like it? You want to text them. You want to do a scent event on Facebook, blah, 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 blah. And then we can see about getting your 6-pack or your system for free or half off. And then after the sale, after the party, it's all about customer service. We are a customer service business. Deliver with a special touch. Presentation is everything. Make it look nice. I mean, you don't have to break the bank. You can use I still order the clear plastic bags that Scentsy sells out of the Success store. They're like $1 for 10 bags. And then I will tie them off with the bow. I've also been known to buy the little gift bags that are, I don't know, they're about that wide and about that tall, perfectly fit a 6-pack. And I might tie some ribbon on that. I'm usually doing multiples at a time. So I put stickers on the outside with their name on it. I might include a thank you sticker. And just make it look nice. And then you continue to follow up. Hey, did you like it? Everything in your order looked good. Then you message, did you like it? What was your favorite thing? How's it going? Do so on and so forth. So that is that part of that. The other thing that I linked on there is this. It's a sales training guide. So this is kind of just a general sales, you don't want to be salesy. You don't want to be a salesperson, but sales is part of what we do. We prefer to say sharing. But I think this is really good. It's actually really on par with where I've been the last couple of days. but it is a kind of a little bit shorter version of that one. It's also got this really good quote from Heidi. It says, change how you speak to yourself and others. Instead of saying I can't, or I'm not smart enough or talented enough, say I haven't yet, but I will, or I will get better at this with practice. Self-talk is a big deal. I'm reading a book called Win the War in Your Mind, and it's changing me, people. So this is all about your influence. The first thing is the right mindset. Get clear about your authentic why. I could get into that, but I won't because it's already 8 o'clock. I will probably talk about that another time on Facebook. Maybe here, I don't know. I got to get past the emotions of it all. I cried so many tears yesterday, you guys. I had a why, but it wasn't authentic. Get to your authentic why. Dig deep, and then dig deeper, and then dig again. I'm just going to go there. We're probably going to have some why conversations, some one-on-ones with people on their whys. Focus on serving your customers by offering products that meet their needs. What's the problem? How can you solve it? Think long-term. A no today is not necessarily a no forever. Every no you get brings you closer to the next yes. Don't get bogged down in the day-to-day. Think long-term. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Stay positive, even when the going gets rough. This is why you need that why. Stay positive. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be great days. There's going to be good days. There's going to be crap days. You just got to pick yourself up and keep going. And always be learning. Seek opportunities to learn more. Watching training videos, whether they're from me, they're from Scentsy, going to events. If you didn't sign up for World Tour, all of that stuff's posted now. Go watch it. I think SFR from last year is still out there. Go watch it. It's great stuff. Find people on YouTube that you want to follow, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and follow them and learn. And then there's a framework. This is what we're always doing. You're planning and prospecting. You're making your plan. You're paying attention to others' clues, their cues, the things they're saying, the problems that they're telling you about that you can solve. You're positioning yourself, building the relationship, and then closing the deal. I hate the way it's phrased because it's talking about sales, but it is what we do. It sounds icky when it's put this way. So position and close, build relationship, get the sale, and then serve and grow. And then you do it all over again, and you do it all over again, and you do it all over again. And don't find customers for your products, find products for your customers. I think that's so huge. We spend so much time, so many people think, well, orders are just going to fall from the sky. I just need to find more people. Well, you do. You always need to be looking for more people. But the best way to find people is to offer them a solution to their problem. You hear a problem, you offer a solution. So you're finding a product for the people you already have a relationship with. See what I'm saying? You're finding products for your customers. One of the things I'm going to start doing with, I'm going to make myself some stickers that say this product also comes in, and I'm going to make a list of the other things they come in. It's like, you're doing all of these waxy things with Luna and you love it. Did you know it came in all of these other things? So that's my long-term project. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. That's tagged to Marie Forleo, but I've heard it from Craig Groeschel. But same difference. Asking for referrals, focus on the process. It's an ongoing journey. Our ability to maintain what is good in the world is directly tied to the ability of others to trust us. And for them to trust us, we need to choose to be trustworthy. Orville had so many nuggets for us. I wrote a bunch of them down. I should probably find them. I think they're down there. That was in a director call, I think last year. Last year. But anyway, I think that's it. Oh, the other thing, the last thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to announce it tomorrow. Just so much was happening, so much coming at me yesterday. I'm like, I'm just going to have to wait. I don't know all of the details yet, but I can share with you. a statistic that's greatly disturbing to myself. If you did not watch or see my post from earlier today where I shared the 2013 keynote, the WA keynote, I know it's long, but I'm telling you, it's worth the time. I'm not saying necessarily just sit and watch 50 minutes of the keynote, fold laundry, take a bath, take a shower while you drive, while you're working out, whatever you're doing. Because you don't have to see anything, you're just listening. But one of the things that she talks about is at a world tour, spring sprint, this is way back, at a spring sprint, somebody asked her what her why was. And she said, it's all of you. It was actually the husband of a consultant that asked. It's, seeing, contributing to the success of the consultants, watching them succeed, watching them. And he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, right. And Heidi being Heidi, which I totally get. I would probably be the same way. No, probably about it. I would. He didn't buy it. He's like, he really doesn't. And it just stuck with her and it bothered her and she couldn't let go of it. And her and Orville were having a conversation about it. And that's what led to this keynote. And it goes into further detail, but I knew what she was saying about watching all of our success just really feeds her to want to do more and do better with the company, because that is her why. Part of it. It's really complex. It's so good, y'all. But I get it. And like I posted on there, month end and month beginning is really a complex, emotional, difficult couple of days for me because, I'm super excited. We have new team members, we have promotions, we get people who are working on Sensational Start, we have people getting paid at title, we have, all of these great things that are happening. We get to, I don't remember, I've got it here. We had significant growth from February of last year. We did over 1,100 more in team wholesale volume. My personal sales was up by almost 100, which isn't great, but still, my paychecks, almost doubled. So good things happened. Still not where I want to be, but good things happened. And it's just a really great part of what I get to do. Seeing this growth of all of us together, not just me personally, but all of us together creating these really good things. But it's also a really hard time for me because I see people who are like this close to being active, or they're this close to getting a promotion or to getting paid a title, or I'm having a conversation and know somebody that they wanted to flip didn't flip, and and there's we're back to that season where people are canceling or they're losing their downline for not being active, and it's a really tough couple of days for me. Month end, and then it slides into when I'm running reports. I didn't even run reports until today. And one of the reports that I run, actually, I guess I could share my screen with you guys. Couldn't I? I could do that, maybe. So one of the things that I track every month is our monthly stats. This particular one goes way back. And this was by year. Yes. So this is by month by year. I have several on the track. I don't want to show you the other one because it's pay numbers, but not that I'm embarrassed or ashamed of that or anything. But anyway, and I got all of these tracking things from Donetta, and if anybody needs them, let me know. I'd be more than happy to share them with you. I've got blanks of everything that I shared when we had a director page or a future directors page, but you can kind of get the gist. It's the month, where we start, how many are on will cancel at the beginning of the month, what percentage that is, active, not active, 0 PRV, PRV but not active. There's our 200 club numbers, our 500 club numbers, 1,000 club, 2,000 club, how many actually canceled, and how many did we have at the end. So I've been tracking this since actually September 2017 was the year I promoted, was the month I promoted to director. So that was a happy month. Anyway, so when I talk about one of the things that just gripes my heart and drives me about booty insane, if that's not anymore, just it drives me nuts. It really does. And it breaks my heart every month, is this whole not active and 0 PRV. I put so much emphasis on being active because that's how you get paid. I mean, you can get paid for $100 in orders, but it's what, $20, $25? Yeah. I would much rather you be active and get like 40 or 50. I mean, you can do stuff with $20, but you can do twice as much with $40. And you can do even more with $50. I mean, in my family, $50 is a big deal. Not a huge deal, but it's a big deal. You know, that could be a really nice dinner out, or that's paying, you know, the water bill and then some. Excuse me. So those two numbers drive me insane. I hate the zeros. I really do. They break my heart, especially new catalog season, all of that stuff. It's just they're heartbreaking. So, what we are going to do is going to be a Stomp the Zero challenge. I haven't fleshed it all out yet because I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the people who are already consistently not at 0. I will probably issue them a different kind of challenge. But I haven't worked it out. There's a couple of different versions of it floating around on the thread. This is not my idea. None of these are my ideas. Just so y'all know, I steal every one of them. There's amazing leaders out there that share this golden nugget of stuff. So there's a couple of 3 different versions out there, and I'm probably going to massage it into being what I want it to be, not need it to be, what I want it to be. But if you're one of those who are struggling, if you're a leader who have team members who have had zeros, this one is going to be for them. And it's really going to be just celebrating not having a 0 month. Because we had 28 people, almost half of our team were 0 PRV in February. Over half was 0 PRV in January. But we also lost 10 people. So it's going to be a Stomp the Zero. If you're already consistently not getting 0, you're already consistently getting PRV, I will come up with something for you, I promise. And we always have the monthly green challenge. So that's the announcement of that. But I am going to go. So nobody joined me. You'll have to thank you for watching the recording. I hope you guys have a blessed week. I will be live on the Facebook page sometime on Thursday. I don't exactly know what my Thursday looks like just yet. It's part of why I need to have that conversation with Christina on Tuesdays. I need to see if she needs me to come up there and help out on Thursday. So I'm not sure. My goal, just so you all know going forward, my goal is going to be somewhere in this 11 to 1 window on Thursdays, in the hopes of catching people that work day jobs and maybe on their lunch break. I mean, this was kind of meant for those workers, but I can't make it perfect, but what I can do is make it available if you can't be live. So that is going to be something I do better of with these. And Thursday will it'll be a replay on the Facebook page. But we will probably talk a whole lot about incentive on Thursday. I do want everybody to go for it. And we will talk more about the stomping out the zeros too. I'm really pushing myself, guys. I'm doing something on something 3 days a week, which makes me have to make up stuff. Thursday night, I also have accelerated leadership, so I can't do Thursday nights. But I will be live on the page sometime, hopefully during the day Thursday. Again, gotta see what happens. But I will let you know when I know, and that's another thing. I am going to kind of make it a thing, so you kind of know what to expect, but still gives me the flexibility that I need for where I am in business. But hope you guys have a great week. We are going to rock the socks off of March. Ooh, maybe that's part 2 of that challenge. I need to write that down. I'm writing that down right now. Rock the socks. Ooh, I even know what the reward's going to be. Well, that solved that. See, this is why you talk out loud, even when no one's really listening, because sometimes that's where the gold nuggets come from. But I'm going to go now. I hope you guys have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you soon.